Glad to be back. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I know I did. We're back in earnest now. There's a ton to cover here. It's right in my zone. The pardon, Kash Patel, Pete Hegseth. But before we get to that, we're going to take our time and get to all of it. I keep watching some of our favorite shows and other shows. They keep wondering why the Democrat Party lost. And one of the reasons they say is, well, they gave up on the working class and the middle class. You know, ladies and gentlemen, maybe it's me, but I'm sick and tired of the Marxist classifications. They gave up on Americans. They gave up on the country. The problem with the modern Democrat Party, not all Democrats, but the party, the apparatchiks, is they hate America. Hence the book, The Democrat Party Hates America. It's all laid out in the book. Attacking parents, using the state to make determinations about the future of children, whether it's education, indoctrination, whether it's their genitalia, trying to put parents in prison with that memo issued by the Attorney General of the United States, trying to put pro-lifers putting pro-lifers in prison for nonviolent protests while giving the thumbs up to the anti-Semites, the Marxists, and the Islamists in the streets. Open borders? You have open borders because you hate this country. You hate the makeup of the country. You hate the demographics of the country. You hate the culture of the country, so you're importing from all over the world all kinds of views and principles and attitudes that are foreign, literally foreign to our country. The Democrat Party has demonstrated that it hates America. It hates our borders, hates our economic system, hates our cops, hates our military, hates our history, our founding documents. Listen to them. And so when I hear it's almost every single commentator use Marxist class warfare, they gave up on the middle class. They gave up on America. They gave up on Americans in every class, from every walk of life. That's what they did. That's what they're still doing. That's what their hard left Marxist Islamists are all about. So it's not a class warfare thing. It's not a Marxist thing. That is, Marxist class warfare interpretations. We don't use Marx's language. They use Marx's language. They use Marx's tactics and strategies. But in the end, it's about destroying America and Americanism. That's the problem. And in order to destroy America and Americanism, you need to destroy or rejigger or remake the population, the people. This is 150 years old, and it started in America 125 years ago. That's the whole point of American Marxism. It is very sad that we have people who are constantly on TV and radio, paid huge amounts of money, who don't read, who are not informed, who are not knowledgeable about what's actually taking place in front of them. It's like a conga line. They all say the same thing. They gave up on the middle class. What's the middle class? They gave up on working people. As opposed to non-working people, they gave up on America and Americanism. They gave up on our founding and our history. They gave up on our economic system. They gave up on our sovereignty. They gave up on the blue line and the military. They gave up on America. That's the problem. So that's what they need to say. The Democrat Party is anti-American. Again, it doesn't mean all Democrats are. Certainly they're not. But I'm talking about the apparatchiks. I'm talking about the self-appointed mastermind elitists. They've given up on our country. That's why they're destroying our schools and academia. That's why they've destroyed entertainment, whether it's late night or any night. It's a bigger problem. It's a bigger issue. So former government officials, former press secretaries, former people who worked on the Hill, this is how they think. They all think alike. They say the Democrat Party's struggling with who they are. No, they're not. They're just trying to figure out a new strategy to gain power and keep power. Are they rethinking things in California, the California state? No. Are they rethinking things under Hochul? No. Where you have really, really blue governments. They're not rethinking anything. And that's the model. And so I wanted to make that clear. The problem with the Democrat Party as an institution, the problem with the Democrat Party and its leaders and its apparatchiks is that they reject Americanism. They reject our Constitution and our Declaration. They reject our history. They reject our culture. It can all be seen. It's all crystallized on the open border. That's the problem. And we even have Republicans today on TV citing Bernie Sanders. Citing Bernie Sanders because he agrees with Elon Musk that the Pentagon needs to be slimmed down. But ask him if he believes HHS should be slimmed down. Ask him if he believes the so-called climate change, trillions of dollars, whether that should be slimmed down. Of course not. Ask him if he believes other issues with the government, its involvement in healthcare should be slimmed down. No way. Why are we citing Bernie Sanders, a Stalinist, as evidence of something good? When he's an opportunist, when he's exploiting. It's crazy. It's crazy how many people who dress up as conservatives, constitutionalists, Republicans, common sense MAGA, have a microphone, have a camera, and don't know what the hell they're even talking about. By the way, this is why I'm invited nowhere. Well, I'm invited to a lot of Christmas parties, but you know what I mean by the beautiful people. This is why I'm not invited by the beautiful people, which is fine because I'd say no anyway. I'd say no anyway. I'm sorry our show didn't run on Fox on Sunday. There was a part, and you may have heard about it, and it took apparently an hour and a half to discuss it. It won't take me an hour and a half to discuss it. I will play some clips just to show you the hypocrisy of what took place here. Now, it's interesting. When things like this happen, you get what is a sheeple reaction. That is, everybody saying, listen to me. I said they were going to pardon him. Listen to me. Actually, we went back. Didn't we, Mr. Producer? The first person to say that what's the difference if Hunter Biden is convicted or not? He's going to be pardoned was me on this radio show. I always say it first on radio and the Blaze because I'm on radio every day. I'm on Blaze 2-3 times a week. And so by the time I get to my weekend show, I say it, but I've already said it. And so people were going on and on. What about this deal? What about this? What about this? And I said, what about it? Biden's going to pardon. And then Biden is like, no, I'm not pardoning. No, no. Then his spokesman, no, we're not pardoning. No, we're not pardoning. Biden is a pathological liar. He's always been, always, from the day he ran for office. We've spent years documenting it here. Years. He's lied about everything. Whether it's his report cards, whether it's his plagiarism, whether it's his IQ, whether it's stealing speeches from Robert F. Kennedy, whether it's stealing speeches from Neil Kinnock, the then labor leader, he lies and always has lied. That's what he is. He's a lying SOB. And he's gotten away with it. And the people around him lie for him. The whole Democrat Party, immediate complex, they lied for him until that debate. Until that debate. Here I am, June 2024. Radio, right here. This is why this radio show is so important. And if you can't find us on your local station, you can always find us on a podcast. Cut one, go. This whole thing was corrupt from beginning to end. And as I've said, and I want to congratulate the legal analyst backbenchers who've now picked up on it, yes, Joe Biden will pardon his son after the election, period. Those of you who listen to this program on a regular basis, you know we've been saying this. And so all this took place, and let us not forget some of the toughest aspects of Hunter Biden's criminality. While they allowed the statute of limitations to run, did this prosecutor, involving FARA, the Foreign Agents Reporting Act. And one of the more important tax aspects, the statute of limitations ran as well. He let them run. Now, since we have the benefit of Alvin Bragg and acting state judge Bidenite Mershon, there's a way to fix that, as I understand it. But that for another day. That for another day. Hunter Biden won't see a minute in prison, because Daddy will pardon him the minute after the election. I'm telling you now. And again, the backbenchers have finally figured it out. There you go. Wasn't a minute, but it was pretty damn fast. Very predictable. And he pardons him not just, as you've been hearing, for what he confessed to and for what he was convicted of with the gun. You try filling out a gun application and see what's done to you by the Treasury Department. If you lie, you'll be serving prison time. You see if you evade taxes for years, some of hundreds and hundreds, if not millions of dollars. See what happens to you. I remember Biden was always saying, we need skin in the game, guys. Come on, man. Come on. I'm not joking. We need skin in the game. You know, I'm from Scranton, Pennsylvania. We all pay our taxes, you know. Come on, guys. I'll take you out the back there and really let you have it, you know. What a sleazy family and a sleazy man. Really incredible. And just lie and lie and lie, because this is what he does. Now, when we come back, I want to dig into this a little more thoroughly. Because the issue here, I want to get into the pardon, but the issue is actually bigger than people are talking about, despite all the hours spent on cable TV discussing it. And I find it interesting, all these so-called experts discussing pardons, not one of them has ever been involved in a pardon on either side. That is, dealing with them from the government side or dealing with them from the recipient side. As Chief of Staff to Attorney General Mace, I had to deal with some of this stuff from time to time.